In this constantly changing world, life and personal values can seem more than a little unstable. Just when you think you have it all figured out, then everything changes. Sometimes life can seem overwhelming. Well, the good news is you can change your life. You have within you the power to learn how to flow with the changes and smooth out the bumps of life. You can experience the joy, peace, health, and abundance you deserve. You were created to be happy and productive. That urge to grow and express yourself was put there for a reason. Learn the spiritual principles that can help you not just to survive, but thrive in this changing world. At Unity, we'd like to help you do just that.
Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is Unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters.
Welcome to the Unity of Chicago South Beyond Wall Spiritual Community Sunday Celebration live stream. We are simultaneously live streaming on various platforms. Previous celebrations are available on YouTube at Unity OCS. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to this space.
Hey, welcome to our community. It's really great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of this community.
We're happy to have you here, but I'm curious, what brought you to our online spiritual community?
I've been going through a difficult time lately, and I've been searching for something to help me find meaning and purpose in my life. A friend of mine recommended your community to me.
I see. It's unfortunate to hear that you've been going through some challenging times, but I am glad you found us. Our community is all about helping people find their purpose and live their best lives. You see, we believe that our thoughts impact our reality, and by changing our thoughts, we can change our lives.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me more about the principles of New Thought?
Sure. The principles of New Thought are based on the idea that we are all connected to a higher power, which some people call God, the universe, the source, or even invisible creative energy. This power is always available to us, and we can tap into it through our thoughts and beliefs. We believe that we create and impact our own reality through the power of our thoughts and feelings. So by changing those thoughts and feelings, we can change our lives.
That's a powerful idea. How can I apply this in my life?
Well, one way to apply this is to become more mindful of your thoughts and your feelings, the ones that you hold about yourself as well as the world around you. Notice when you are thinking negative thoughts and have negative feelings and try to release them. Also, turn your attention to what you want to create in your life rather than what you don't want. By doing this, you begin to open yourself to more positive experiences in your life.
That makes sense. I'm excited to learn more about New Thought and how I can apply it in my life.
Well, even though we are an online community, we offer support for you on your spiritual journey. There are free materials on our website that you can download for information or for study. We have our Sunday live stream, and each fifth Sunday, we have a Q&A session called Talking the Fifth. We are available to answer any questions you might have, or if there's anything else we can do to help you on your spiritual journey, please let us know. And I want to thank you for inquiring about Unity of Chicago South Beyond Walls Spiritual Community.
Sunday, April 16th. Daily Word. World Peace. I live my vision for a peaceful world. To bring about peace in the world, I begin by paying attention to my first reaction when I feel I have been treated unjustly. I do not deny my feelings, but neither do I allow anger, envy, or other negative feelings to take control of my response. I feel my feelings, but I remain committed to living the truth I know. Regardless of behavior, every person is a divine being, a living expression of God. I call upon my divine faculties of love, faith, and strength to guide my next steps. No matter how another responds, I remain centered in God. My efforts make a difference. Peace between individuals creates peace within families and communities and among the nations of the world. The effect of righteousness will be peace, and the result of righteousness, quietness, and trust forever. Isaiah 32 verse 17.
The other day I was speaking to someone and they shared with me that especially as a child, they had just felt worthless. They felt different. They felt like they were a dud. It hurt me to hear this person say that. And yet what I've come to know over the years is that that's how many of us have felt at times. And so my message to you today as we prepare to go into prayer is that you are precious just as you are. If it's comfortable for you now, I invite you to close your eyes, to take a deep breath in and release. And together we will enter that sacred space of union and communion with Spirit. God is a love that has no end. And in this moment, I invite you to establish the intention of deeply remembering that love of God in you, of deeply remembering that you are created in the image and likeness of Spirit. The very creator of this universe has placed its love in you and as you. Breathe in deeply and allow everything else to drift away as you exhale. Everything else but the knowing that you, just as you are created in the image and likeness of Spirit, of God, of the Beloved. Love is the greatest power in the universe. And you are holy and sacred just because that love lives in you, just because of who you are. You are precious. And you are important. The world would not be the same without you, just as you are. I invite you to bring into this time of prayer others whom you love, whom you pray for, who you feel need to hear this same message, and just inwardly see them with your heart's eye, and inwardly message to them that they are loved, that they are holy and precious just as they are. And I invite you now to hold our world, our planet in your heart. With all the love that you are, I invite you to wrap our world in love. See that love moving as a healing balm across the planet, through the hearts of our brothers and sisters around the globe. Blessing, healing, affirming goodness for all. You are created in the image and likeness of the very creator of this universe. And you are precious, and you are important, and you matter. And as we bring our time of prayer to a close, you may open your eyes when you feel ready. And I invite you to carry with you the sweet knowing from this time together. An inner affirmation for you. I am precious and I matter. And I affirm that for you. You are precious and you matter.
Thank you in advance for supporting the Unity of Chicago South spiritual community mission to provide the message, Be Better to Do Better, with the financial support you contribute. And please share our work on your social media.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Unity of Chicago South Beyond Walls Spiritual Community. I'm Reverend R. Ken, and I want to say that it's a pleasure. It's hard to imagine and talking out there to you and not knowing how many and wherever, but it's a pleasure to interact with you guys, to share consciousness with you. I want to remind you of a few things that are coming up this month as we move forward into April, the month of wisdom. We have a program called Talking the Fifth, and that is our next interactive event. It's on April 30th, that's Sunday, starts at the regular time, 11 o'clock. And I say interactive because it's live and we discuss new thought topics. This month's discussion is focused on using your 12 spiritual powers. Now, we have made some changes since the last time we presented Talking the Fifth, which was in January. Well, first of all, you no longer have to register or use a special login. It's open to all. You can use it or you can come on through Facebook or through YouTube, and that will allow you to participate in the chat. And of course, you can come to the website, our website, unityocs.org, and that will also allow you to, well, you can watch there, but you don't get a chance to participate in the chat and put your questions in. So if you want your questions answered and you don't send them out ahead of time, then you want to use either YouTube or Facebook. And if you want to just, view it from afar and not participate, which I hope you do participate, then you can go to our website. But you have choices, and of all the choices, again, there's no login, there's no special codes or anything that you need. You just go to your Facebook page or go to your YouTube page, and we'll be there. Or come to our YouTube page, to our Facebook page, and you'll be there. And of course, both are Unity OCS. So it's Facebook at Unity OCS, and it's also YouTube. You can find us with the special code they have at Unity OCS. Now, next week, the fourth Sunday, we have our regular, awesome Divine Feminine celebration. So you want to be here for that. That's with Reverend Dr. Stephanie and Reverend Bonnie. They really bring you substantive, new thought, metaphysical, cosmic information that you can use in your life. So that's kind of our housekeeping. And right now, I want to take a moment to remind you that there's an infinite source available to everyone. It's there for each who seek it, no matter their race, their gender, or their religion. You can believe what you may, but you should know that the source of the universe is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the principle supporting the stars is the principle supporting and available to each of us. As I declare this statement in the first person, I am declaring it for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle. Father, Mother, God, I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. And I know as I accept it, so it becomes. And all is well and well indeed. Today's poem, Divine Comedy by Christine Woogler. I think I'm living in a comedy, but is it cruel or is it kind? I'm yet to see. He told me I will always be with you. Then moments later, he was gone from view. He will restore the kingdom, but not yet. He said we weren't to know what times are set. But in Jerusalem, we'll testify, which sounds profound, assuming we don't die. And yet he also said for this hour, his Holy Spirit will baptize in power. And if I saw him rise and then ascend, my cynics not so easy to defend. Elijah, Daniel, Moses could discern. So who am I to doubt he will return? You know, while the resurrection story is very important to those of faith, the lead up to it and the period following it are important to those focused on changing the trajectory of their lives. Those periods provide a pattern that believers and non-believers alike can practice to facilitate their own resurrection of truth realized. Now, having just celebrated Easter, which is identified with the things such as eggs and bunnies and feasts and so much more, there was also a ceremonial 40-day period of Lent that led up to the celebration of the resurrection story. That Sunday was culminated in the Lenten period, and that Sunday was called Easter Sunday. And it's acknowledged by most as being the day that there's more church attendance with regular attendees and visitors than any other time of the year. Well, this Sunday, after Resurrection Sunday, is part of another important 40-day countdown. The countdown to Ascension Day, celebrated 40 days later on a Thursday. This year, it will be May 18th. And from the timeanddate.com, we learned that Ascension Day is one of the earliest Christian festivals, dating back to the year 68. Ascension Day marks the end of the Easter season, and it occurs 10 days before Pentecost, or the Sunday that falls on the 50th day of Easter, or this year, May 28th. Now, this Pentecost, just to touch on it for a moment, is the celebration of the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles and the followers of Jesus. And this Pentecost is considered by some as the birth of the church. So all of that to say that we're still in the religious Easter or resurrection period. Now, for some that may, have made these wonderful, solid achievements over that period, the Lenten and then into Resurrection Sunday. And they were able to release all that they no longer wanted in their life, or they were able to have full recognition of the divine presence that dwells within them and their ability to express it, not only when the times are good, but in all situations. I say to you, congratulations and well done for sure. But then there are those that feel the negativity that they wanted to release, the self-doubt they wanted removed, the habit they wanted dismissed from their life experience has not yet been achieved. See, they may feel, what's the point? I'll just try again next Easter. But I want them to know, I want you to know, and I want to remind myself that there is hope for all those still committed to the spiritual growth required to reach their desired life-changing, life-improving, life-enhancing goal. See, we're still in the resurrection period. The pattern for change is in front of us, not behind us. The story of the release of human consciousness, exemplified by the crucifixion, the action which symbolizes the rise and full expression of the indwelling divine consciousness, a consciousness that we all possess, continues to move into expression. It's not over yet. Any leftover food from the Easter feast has more than likely been devoured. The new clothes that were put aside for Easter wear no longer holds the status of new. And the Easter eggs may find themselves a crucial ingredient in egg salad or tuna salad. But the pattern of full resurrection of that divine consciousness found in the Bible story continues in the stories found in the book of Acts. The resurrected Jesus learned to work with the unlimited divine expression that had come upon him, as he was no longer inhibited by human restraints, but free to express fully. We are told he did just that. He worked with it as he appeared to those who knew him, who had walked with him, who had sat at his feet, as he shared divine wisdom with them, but seemingly none of them knew him in this new consciousness. I'm speaking of his appearance like to the disciple Mary Magdalene, who had financially aided him in Galilee. Who are you? I don't know. Is that his appearance to the two believers on the road to Emmaus, who did not recognize him even though they sat down and broke bread with him? Or even to the apostles that were behind locked doors, including Thomas, who expressed doubt. And he was even able to reconcile with Peter, who had denied him when Jesus was in human form. As we continue our journey toward the full ascension of that same divine consciousness into our right now life experience, there will be those that are reluctant to embrace our changing expression of consciousness. They may have been supporters. They may have walked with us. They may have been our boys or girls, but they find it hard to accept us as we move into a new consciousness. They may have experienced our attempts in the past to elevate consciousness and found our attempts to seem to be lacking because they didn't have a successful outcome. There are several important aspects that the Bible story provides. First of all, we're still in the Easter season. We have moved through the preparation period of Lent into the resurrection day signified by Easter, and we are now in the period of ascension, or the time to allow the spiritual work we've done to manifest. Our focus is best placed on our efforts to release that which we no longer want as part of our right now experience, and then to release that effort into our experience, no matter how it might be received by others. The period of ascension follows the resurrection, and there is more work to do during this, what some say is the most important period of the enlightened rabbi's ministry. This is the period that we live in whatever level of progress we have made to make a change in our life, affairs, and world. We should say to ourselves, it matters not how I am received. I accept that I am on the path of ascension. It doesn't matter how I'm received. I know that I'm on the path. The path of more of my indwelling divinity expressing into my life experience. As for the 40-day periods, they're in place simply to remind me that I am working toward the realization of the ascension For the completion of the process is not mine to create, but has always been in place for me to receive. Let us take into consciousness our travel on the continuing path of ascension of divine consciousness into our lives, into our life experience right now. Let us humbly give thanks and appreciation for the work that we have done, for the work that Spirit has supported us in and continues to support us in as the ascension is going on, no matter what we may think, no matter what others may say. We know that we have focused on improving our lives. We have focused on letting go of that which we do not need. We know this. And now it is time to let the divine within us to do its work. Do not inhibit it with that human consciousness of failure, with that human consciousness of lack of progress, with that human consciousness of time and space. Just like the crucifixion, allow the human consciousness to be released so that the divine within us can rise, can ascend. We know that this 40-day period is merely to remind us that we're in the process of receiving what already has been done. We know it's hard work, but we know we're capable and able to do it with the help of that divinity that's within us, that Christ consciousness that's within us, the fingerprint, the thumbprint of the source, of the creator that's within us. We say thank you for allowing us to have this time of ascension, that we can allow the new us, the new life experience to take hold, to take root, so we can become expressions of our highest good. We say thank you. We say thank you. We say thank you. And then we declare with the power that's within us, with the power that has been given to us, we say, and so it is. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your consciousness. And we hope so much that you receive the food for your soul when you come to Unity of Chicago South Beyond Walls Spiritual Community. You're important to us, and we want to be important to you. Namaste. Take good care. And remember, I still see the divinity in you, and in you, and in you.